I'm going to do a Command S, Control S on the PC to make sure that I save this. Next, I'm going to give her rouge on her cheeks and lipstick on her lips. I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to call it cheeks, probably because I can't think of how to spell rouge right now. Cheeks. I'm going to get a more pinky color. Okay, and this time I'm going to get a soft edge brush and a much bigger soft edge brush by hitting the bracket key. Oh, you have to get out of there, out of the brush, whatever. And I'm going to do that and do that. Now remember, it's on its own layer, so I can change the opacity. So that looks a little better. Now I'm going to make a lipstick layer. Lipstick. Well, how about just lips? And I'm going to put, it's not the best drawing there, but if I change the opacity, nobody will know the difference. See, it looks like her lipstick matches her rouge, so to speak. Now I want to put a dog in her lap. So I'm going to go to File, Open, and I have a dog in here, so aw. Open. Now I want to cut him out, but I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to double click and name it dog so he's not attached to the background. I'm going to use the quick selection tool, and I'm going to see how much of the dog I can get. Now, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to hold the Option key, and it gives me, do I have, oh, it's such a tiny, yeah. If I hold the Option key, see the minus that appears? If I tell Photoshop I don't want to get any of this ground or the leash or any of this involved in the selection, I can kind of go around the dog. I've already shown Photoshop what I want to select. So I'm just going around the dog saying don't include the ground. I might still have to do some touch-up. And this must be a high-resolution image because it's taking so long. I'm getting the rest. It automatically defaults to add to selection. Get the dog. He's probably going to come in really large because I think Mona Lisa is only a 72 ppi, and we'll talk more about that image. When it's a higher resolution image, the way Photoshop compensates for that is it makes it look bigger. It's got basically, it's more pixel depth. I'm going to hold the Option key because I don't want that in there, and I don't want that in there. And it looks not too bad. We're really not at the point where we've been using Refine Mask or Refine Edge, but I'm going to go in here and do a little, see that? We can see the outside there. If we use Refine Edge, I'm sorry, I went to the options bar, and I'm just going to do a little bit of smoothing. I don't see smoothing happening so much. I'm going to shift the edge in. There, that's better. Shift the edge in. And let's see what it looks like on a black background. Not too bad. Not too bad. So I'm just going to say, OK for selection. And there's the new selection. I'm going to do a Command J, which copies and pastes the selected image in place. There it is. I'm going to turn off the eyeball for the lower dog. I'm going to call this dog, and I'm going to get the Move tool by hitting the V key. See my Move tool? I'm going to now drag this up to Mona Lisa. And wow, that dog's really a high resolution. Command T for free transform. Lock the aspect ratio in the options bar and make the dog about 25%. Wow, he's way down here. He's still too big. Awfully cute though. Still too big. I'm going to kind of tilt him this way and make him look a little puppy-like. Now the one thing I still must do, oh, I don't have his tail, so we're going to hide that. I'm going to turn this off for a moment, and I'm going to get the hand of the Mona. I'm going to go to Quick Mask. And I need the other color, and I need a bigger brush. And I'm going to, oh, I think I have a soft edge brush. I want a hard edge brush. I'm going to make a change too. I think I made another mistake. I would prefer that you use layer mask and not cut things out, and I cut the dog out, but I still have the file that has the layer mask, so I'm going to change that. See, I'm doing this by hand. I'm wondering if I couldn't have done it with Quick Mask. You could try that, certainly. But I have to make a second hand to put above the dog. So I'm making this mask, and then I'm going to get some white, so I flip the chip, so to speak, and then I go back in here. Now look, it's selecting everything but the hand, so I'm going to go to Select, Inverse. There's the hand. See those little sparklies? We don't want those there. Much easier to get rid of with the marquee tool. See the minus? I'm just going to drag over them. Oops, I needed to hold down the Shift key, not the Option key. I added, there we go. So there's the hand. So we're going to have an extra hand. All right. Again, I hit the wrong key. Happens all the time. So there's another hand. I'm going to Command J. So there's an extra hand. Here's our dog. And I'm going to make one change. I'm going to throw the dog away. I'm going to go back to the dog picture. And I'm going to, instead of cutting the dog out, I'm going to add a layer mask to the dog. That way, if I find any mistakes, I can always go in and fix the dog. So I'm going to get the Move tool and move the dog with the layer mask into here. We know it's really big, so we're going to go to Command T, lock the width and height, and go down to 20%, which we're probably going to go even lower, but I want to see what I'm doing, and now I can do it this way, and I can tilt it. And if I see anything about the puppy that I want to change, because I have a layer mask, I'm going to move the new hand above that. Look at that. Extra hand. I'm going to move the puppy up a little bit. I'm going to go back to free transform and rotate him a little bit and move him this way. So now she's holding this cute little puppy in her hands, and we can go on to the next step. Let me make sure. I want to actually add, see, she's got a drop shadow on her hand. I don't know. I think that actually works. I would almost have been better if I had used the whole Mona and just cut out the hand, because see here, there's this junk. I'm going to add a layer mask just to do a little bit of a fix, because if I start erasing and then I make a mistake, I'm going to have to recut out the whole hand. So I'm just going to use the layer mask to get rid of that gunk. So that's not bad. Layer masks sometimes do look like that, just to fix a little spot. It's not that I never use the eraser, but I try not to. So she's holding her puppy, and now I'd like to give her a necklace. So I'm going to open I found this happy face image. It's in your imagery for AI. Where is that? Oh, maybe it's still in downloads. Let's see, file, open, and let me see. I have a downloads folder on here. Downloads alias. Where is that? It was on the desktop, and I threw it away, I think, because I thought I'd put it in this folder. I could have sworn I put it in the tutorial folder. Tutorial folder. That's weird. Tutorial. Huh. I'll be darned. Okay, well, I guess I'll have to find another way to make a necklace. So, let's see. I'm going to just make a new layer. I'm going to get the elliptical marquee and I'm going to make a circle and fill it with any color right now. It doesn't matter because I'm going to add a style to it, which we haven't covered, so why not cover now? Color, okay, so it's pink. I'm going to Command D to deselect, and I'm going to go over, and I don't think I have them open, so go to Window, look for my Styles panel. Here it is. And you can make your own styles. Photoshop, as like everything, comes with style libraries. If you want to add some, here's buttons. Append. I always append. I don't like to replace what's there. I like to keep what's there. You may have a different way of approaching it. I'm going to add this style. Well, that kind of looks like a black pearl. I don't think the drop shadow works so much, so I'm just going to take the drop shadow off if you notice in here. I'm going to go to the Move tool, and now I'm going to make multiples of this. Another way to copy, and first I'm going to call it Pearl. Another way to copy is holding down the Option key or the Alt key on the PC, and I'm going to make a pearl, make a pearl, make a pearl, make another pearl. So there's her necklace. Because these are all the same, I'm going to highlight them all, hold the Shift key, and I think I missed one, so I'm going to have to hold the Command key. Oops. All right, well, Command key. So I've got all the pearls, and I want to put them new group from layers. I want to put all the pearls in this layer, in this group, necklace. So now there's the necklace. So if I have to move it, or if I want to add pearls to it, it won't get too crazy. Moving on to part 2B.